got to adjust the title. So I don't know what it's doing to the first video. Alright, we'll just do it anyway. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Oh, well.
We can't put in part 2 or...
No, I can't because it's already streaming live. You're on live right now.
Oh, I'm on live.
You're live.
We're live, baby. Getting it.
All right. Hello again. So, a few moments ago, we were in the middle of a starting to be good conversation, and then my roommate's dog knocked the cord out of the modem. So that killed the internet. So, we're back.
We back, baby.
Anywho. Where were we? Okay. So, I was going to join the organization. I didn't because they started the rumor. Sad. But it was a good thing that it didn't happen because I found a greater appreciation for a different situation. More on that potentially another time. Right now, we're talking about his experiences. Because he did do it.
I did do it. I enjoyed it for the most part.
For the most part?
Yeah.
Alright, so, if I recall correctly, everybody said, oh, you're a good guy, you're helping the ladies, all the people that you've come across were teaks. How did you end up saying, you know what, I'm going to join? Or did you even say, should I join? Or what went through your head?
It wasn't even a should I join. When I realized everyone around me, everyone that, had a similar way of life or whatever, or a similar way of thinking were teaks, I was like, oh, okay. I joined multiple clubs on campus. I joined the anime club. Should we wait?
Yes.
Okay.
This is only going to make me angry. We're going to mute audio coming from in here.
Boop.
That way I ain't had to snap on nobody.
But the video was still going, so they just saw me go like this.
Yeah. So, what you didn't see, because the camera is right in front of us, there was people who just came here and went to the back, and there were words. Special words. But, moving on. Back to the subject and the story. Oh. You scared? It should be scared.
It's a pretty dog. Boop.
So anywho. I quiet.
Should we wait until he comes back in?
No, we're going to continue because this is just going to be annoying.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, I didn't join. You did join.
Yeah.
All your people that you met, all the good people with the similar lifestyle, teak. So, who said join? Who said rush?
One of the guys that I met at Lambda, which was the Gay Straight Alliance on campus, he was also a teak. Actually, two of them were also teaks. And I grew to really like them, and I was like, well, there's going to be more people like them in the at the house, and they were like, yeah, just come one night, see if you like it. You know, we're doing movie night this night or whatever. You know, whatever events were going on during Rush Week, and it was like, oh, okay. I mean, I'll see what's up. Why not? What do I have to lose? And I went, and I really liked it. I felt like I fit in for the most part. You know, I wasn't as into computer gaming as they were. There, a lot of them played like League and World of Warcraft, stuff like that.
Oh, wow, it was fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I wasn't so much computer gamer as I was, console gamer. But we all liked anime. We all like. For once, I found more people that liked wrestling. And I was like, wait, what? There's people who aren't gonna
WWE.
Yeah. Like pro wrestling, just in general, not just WWE, but there are others. But
see, when I was younger, WWF was the shit.
And I enjoyed that too, but it was E at that point in time.
And then there was like WCW for a while. And
yeah. The Monday Night Wars.
it wasn't damn near every day of the week was wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you knew about a lot of them, you could watch it every day. I did for a while there.
Okay. So
but, let's not get into that.
Try to stay on world.
Yeah, let's try to stay on topic. But yeah, I found a group of people who were like me, and I was like, oh.
How many people were in your class or group or? I don't know if y'all refer to it. Yeah, pledge class.
Yeah, pledge class. Yeah. We started as 6 people, if I remember correctly. But
hold on, they're about to make noise. About to meet the mic again.
So pretty.
Alright, I'll leave y'all to it.
Okay.
No more disturbances. You say that. You say that.
I do. Well, not saying I don't mean it though. I have to come out and go to the kitchen or something.
Food is a necessity. Your face.
Skinny who?
But what was I saying?
You were saying wrestling, and then I cut about it.
Yeah, the like-minded.
So I mean, they had your interest. They were gamers. They were wrestling.
Anime fans.
Anime. I imagine music.
Somewhat. That's probably one of the few places where like I kind of not necessarily clashed with everybody, but music taste was definitely like different because it was predominantly white. So most of them were either into the really like heavy or classic rock, and then there's like the pop rap of that time. Your Flo Rida and stuff like that. This is my house. So I was just like, that's not really me. Like, I don't hate it, but I'm definitely like more 3 Days Grace, Breaking Benjamin, So it was like.
So they were on the pop rap, and you were on a little bit of rock.
Yeah. I mean, I was more. I would say I'm more accepting of music because, again, as we were in the car earlier, like I just think music is fun. It's one of the very few. It's one of the very few ways of expression where like everyone can understand how you're feeling. So it's like I can see and respect it. But yeah, I was like, there's this like-minded group of people, and I want to go for it. I want to say we started my pledge class. We started with 6 people, but we only ended with 3, if I remember, from my pledge class.
Do you keep up with your pledge class people?
For the most part, yeah.
Well, it's only 3 of y'all, so
yeah.
You're 1/3 of the scenario.
Yeah,
so. It's a lot easier.
It's not very hard.
Yeah.
But even in a group of people where everyone thinks similarly, you're gonna have your cliques and everything. So there's gonna be people that you lean towards rather than like just your pledge class. There might be some older brothers or something that you just really connected with, so you probably talk to them more often. So you try.
I got you. How was? If y'all had it socials where you would go and kick it with the sororities of the council?
I didn't get to do most of that
Why?
because I was aside from being a full-time student, I was also working a full-time job
Mm-hmm.
because I wasn't living in the dorms or living in a house, so I had to pay rent. So
Why didn't you live in the dorm or house?
well, I also because I didn't join as a freshman, I joined as a sophomore, so I was already like not established, but like I already had like friends and stuff. I already had like a social network, so like I was trying to manage, paying rent and doing the fraternity and doing this other club and that other club and doing all this other stuff. So it's like, and then maintaining other friendships as well. So it's just like, hey, you guys should come do this sometime, or I would invite them to stuff with my friends or whatever. And some of them would show up, some of them wouldn't. It just depended.
Gotcha.
But you just try to prioritize different times.
Did you have any real interactions with the Pan-Hellenic Council girls?
Gotta make sure we say the right ones.
Right.
I really didn't. Outside of like Greek week when we would all do things together, like outside of stuff like that or specific events where we did them with sororities, like what was one of the ones that we did? There was a not fundraiser. That's not the word I'm looking for. But our philanthropy. There we go. Our philanthropy event. We would always work with a sorority, try to raise money for St. Jude, or if we couldn't do that, we would do something with like animals, something like that, and we would go to like different shelters and things, play with the puppies, stuff like that. We try to get sororities to do that with us because who. Well, I was gonna say who hates animals, but but for the most part,
I have an answer for that.
but for the most part, who hates animals, right? Like, yeah, you girls should come play with the puppies with us. Why not? And it helps raise, like awareness and raise money.
Because that's a real question.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I had to stop myself there.
Oh boy.
But
Okay.
just like for me specifically, because I was working, I'd have to request off of work to do stuff later on because if I wasn't in work, I was in class and all that stuff. So outside of like specific events that I actually like planned for, I didn't get to do much like with the fraternity as far as like the group social.
Gotcha. Now, was this every year or is this just like the first year and a half?
It was more so like the ending of the first year and then like going forward.
So would you say you had less and less contact as time went on during the last 3 years of college?
I would say it was pretty steady.
Okay. I don't know if y'all have like an exiting ceremony or whatnot, because as I understand it, when you join the IFC frats, once you graduate, you're no longer a member of the frat.
Oh no,
Or you're just alumni.
Yeah, we
but
are
not
alumni.
Any kind of active scenario, no kind of.
Yeah. With Teak we do fraternity for life, which you become an alumni and then you can either join the alumni group or you're always welcome back at the house or whatever. Of course, you're not an active member like in college, of course, but there's no reason for you to estrange yourself and be like, oh, I can't go over there anymore, like so as far as I wouldn't count as a member like on their board or anything, or if they had to be like, oh, we have to have this many members for this, like they couldn't count me as one of those people. But I mean, they can always just shoot me a text or email like, hey, we're doing this on whatever day, you should come by. I mean, I could still do any of that.
Is there if you recall, because you may not, do you recall if there's any specific like national philanthropy community service events that your particular chapter does or did?
We always one of the ones that the school always made us do was Safe Treat, which is all the kids in Carrollton would come to the university and we would set up trick or treat for them. There was always that. We also would always do the we changed the name. What was the original name? But we would always do like some kind of rave or a party in the gymnasium, and we would use that to raise funds, mainly for St. Jude, but we also did other ones as well. There was the relief for the tsunami in, was that Japan? I think.
There was a lot of different places that got hit by
yeah,
tsunamis.
but I mean, yeah, especially recently, but back in however far.
Yeah.
But you know, we always tried to, you know, raise awareness and do helpful things around where we could.
Did you ever experience any awkward moments as a black guy in a predominantly white frat?
Oh, definitely. I think that goes without saying. It really just depends on the situation, how you handle it.
Like, would it be more like a cultural blunder? Like, somebody would just do something that you'd be like, why would you do that? And they was like, oh, I didn't know? Or is it like something that was deliberate? Or both?
I think it's a little bit of both. And, you know, I can only speak from my experience, especially, you know, as I said, I wasn't as active as the other ones because I was always doing stuff. Yeah.
Right.
You know, I became a member, but, you know, I also didn't let that define me. Like, I am still myself. So I was just like, well, I can't be there for everything. I know there are other brothers that, you know, they're like, this happened. I was like, what? Hold on. No.
Now, when you say that there were other brothers, you mean as in black or
yes.
non-white? Or okay.
Yes, other brothers as in black people.
Because, I mean, they're all technically brothers.
Yeah, we are all technically brothers. But, you know, there are other black brothers that were like, yo, this happened. And I'm like, huh? Why? What did you do? Do you need me to come over there? It's like, I'm ready. Don't.
Would they have been in your class or after your class or before and after your class?
All around, really. There's always those two people who joined at the same time, and they are the complete opposites of each other. Mm-hmm. There's always that one person that just has to push the button every time because, you know, we all have that person in our group of friends that are just like, you don't like this, so I'm gonna purposely say it, and it's like. And not specifically the N-word. I'm just saying in general.
I got you.
For those that were watching, like, there's always that one person that likes to push people's buttons. Like, it gets them off for whatever reason. So it's like, it really just depended on the year and who was all there, who wasn't there. I specifically didn't get into much with anyone. There was one year where we were doing Rush, and I mean, I was actually kind of proud. We had like, out of the 13 people that we had pulled for Rush that were like, yeah, I'm definitely interested. This is probably where I'm gonna go. More than half of them were black, and I was like, huh.
Surprised the fuck out of me.
We taking over.
I know. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, and I hadn't been to Rush up until that point, but, you know, when I actually got to be there, we were playing Cards Against Humanity. We had the projector outside. People were watching movies and everything.
I've never played that game.
What?
Never played Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, wow.
I keep hearing about it. Never played it.
It will show you how demented people really are. But yeah, you know, the one Rush event that I made it to that time, I stepped outside and someone was like, we've met our quota for black people. We don't need to let any more in. And I almost made a scene. I was like, excuse me? And everyone stopped. Because, you know, I'm known as one of the nicer brothers. You know, I don't get mad very often. So they were just like,
no, wait, by brothers, you don't mean black brothers. You just mean a member of the
fraternity. I do, yeah, member of the fraternity. Yeah. We gotta find a way to
You're right.
to differentiate. But yeah, they were just like, ooh, you upset Akeem. You did something. It's your fault. And I was just like, yeah, we not playing that today. Like, or any day. No.
Was it like a much older brother or somebody?
It was a younger brother.
Oh, somebody who had just came in behind you or?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
That thought they could just.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my house now. Y'all got this much longer, and y'all are gonna be gone. Oh, okay.
Huh. I know that the Kappa Alpha Order, for example, which we had at my school, and you always know a Kappa Alpha Order house. I believe their flag is red, yellow, and white. But
okay.
More so, if they have a house, they have this cannon on their lawn.
Huh.
And you're like, why is there a cannon at a frat house? It surprises you. You're like, you're just confused. Like, what? But their symbol is like, it's a K, it's an A, and then it's like a plus sign, if I remember right. But their yearly thing is to take this class or group photo in Confederate uniforms around the cannon.
Wow.
And I believe their slogan is that the South will rise again.
Wow.
Yeah. So, like I said, was not one of my preferred at my school. So, but they had a whole thing that went on like a few years ago. But they're like, oh yeah, we're trying to bring in more cultural members, so they're trying to encourage more non-white members into the frat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh?
How, Sway?
Huh? I can't foresee how comfortable I would be. Like, if we're wearing these Confederate times uniforms, what would you expect me to wear?
Yeah, exactly.
If we're going to stay as close to historically accurate of the time.
Yeah. But then again, it's 2020. I mean, somebody probably would have been okay. I mean, we got blacks for Trump for some reason, so. Just saying, somebody would have been like, yeah. It wouldn't have been me.
So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I know, like, there's been in the news a lot of the predominantly white frats have been getting in trouble. Like, I think it was, I don't even want to say which frat it was, but they had a video chanting on the bus that there'll never be any ninjas in a particular frat.
Wow.
It was a whole chant.
Yeah.
And they was all just giddy with it. You never heard about this?
Mm-mm. That's...
Well, let's
see, I would say that's upsetting, but it doesn't surprise me, and I'm kind of sad that it doesn't surprise me.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
It was like, huh, that really happened. One second here.
Yeah. No problem.
I'm not gonna play the video because I don't want to give them that moment.
Yeah, you don't want to give them.
I'm not gonna show it, but
yeah.
You'll hear it.
Yeah, don't give them the clout.
This was a few years ago. Yeah. And that surprised me as to which one that is.
Yeah.
We got an ugly reminder today that racism is still alive.
This was in 2015.
The anniversary of a turning point in the civil
I can't move the god dog it mouse.
University of Oklahoma in Norman, where members of a fraternity.
The video that did so much damage in only 9 seconds.
Wow.
The clip was posted on a website Sunday night. We don't know when or where it was shot. We don't know the identities of the students.
You don't?
You can hang them from a tree.
Wow.
But they'll never sign with me.
Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, I have to watch that later. Oh, God.
Yeah. And I mean, that wasn't the only thing that happened. There was other stuff that was going on. It was,
yeah.
So, and then you see he was apologizing for
why
his issues, huh?
It's like, why are you apologizing? You meant it. Like,
I don't even know what happened with the Syracuse situation. Well, I don't know specifically about this one.
Protests continue today at Syracuse University in upstate New York over a racist video featuring frat members. The frat has been suspended, and today the university chancellor says the school has worked hard at diversity and inclusion.
Actually,
What? Did you read that?
wow.
By Syracuse University student newspaper, the Daily Orange, is sending shockwaves to the school's campus. It was reportedly posted on a secret
Wow.
Facebook page by Theta Tau, a co-ed engineering
Huh.
fraternity with over 40,000
What?
members nationwide. Syracuse Chancellor Kent Siverus
That's a fact.
Wow.
I didn't even see that one. I didn't even know about that one.
Why is it so hard for people to be decent people?
Dude, there's people in the government right now that was doing blackface and stuff. And
Of
it's
course.
coming out to do a little haunting of them now.
Yeah. And it's like, why is it so hard not to be like a bad person?
I don't have an answer for you, my guy.
Right? Like,
Oh.
I feel like we shouldn't have to do this at this point in time.
I don't. Anywho,
Yeah.
moving right on along.
Yeah,
'cause
can't do anything about it.
stupidity is going to be stupidity, and and the funniest part, like that particular frat, there are plenty of black folks in that fraternity, just not at that chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
I
they all
want to say
differ.
that for majority
Yeah.
of the IFC frats, there are a lot of non-white members
Yeah.
in each of these organizations. It's just that at certain chapters, at certain schools, please close the door. At particular schools, there tends to be jerks, dumbasses, and whatnot. And it's an ongoing situation that hasn't ended. You get the chapters in the schools where they put on like Cinco de Mayo parties and they do all this super racist stuff for dealing with Mexicans, Latinos.
Yeah.
The blackface parties that they continually keep throwing.
Yeah.
It's stupidity.
And it's so stupid that you see one fraternity get shut down for it, and then you're like, you know what, we're gonna do it, and it's like,
Yeah.
why? Like, why?
It. Luckily, it does seem. I mean, if you look, other than the Syracuse one that was 9 months ago,
Mhm.
it does look like it's slowing down.
Which is good,
Yeah.
but hopefully it will end. It'll just stop. Hopefully, at some point in time.
What I don't understand fully what people's issue is when you have an issue. Okay, so mind you.
Yeah.
Even though somebody's in the frat, that doesn't mean that they fully understand fraternal bonds.
Mm-hmm.
And just because you're in the frat doesn't mean you're going to get along with all your brothers.
Exactly.
I get that. And in some cases, your sisters, because there are frats that have women
Mm-hmm.
and frats that are only women. But predominantly, it's going to be guys. So, I have 2 or 3 brothers in my frat and frats that I can't stand.
Yeah.
I would put my hands on them, but I'm not allowed to. So, yeah, but I'm not allowed to. So I don't.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit here and
You know, chant about how you hate them or anything like that.
yeah, or vow to always have hate just
Yeah.
because. Like, that's retardedness.
That's so. Why would you harp on negative energy like that? Like, why would you waste your own time
Yeah.
doing that?
Now, on the flip side, I'm sorry, not SA, but T, Tau Kappa Epsilon, it's always when I think of Teak, I always think of the movie Animal House. Like because I mean that's my experience. They just love to have a good time. They're not out here to mess with people. As far as I've experienced, they enjoy having a good time. They throw a good party. They're very accepting. Come as you are and enjoy yourself with Teak. I have only heard of like one war story where it wasn't a good situation, but everything else good with Teak. Which is why I believe that all that, if you can't go Greek, go Teak. If you can't go Teak, go home. I believe that that's why it started, is because Teak is so much more accepting and the others may not be. I'm not saying that they aren't, but I'm saying they may not be. Yeah. And as such, they have that animosity for an organization that can be so accepting. Yeah. So I've always respected Teaks. Everywhere I go, I go to a campus, do photo work and whatnot. Teaks, it was good. Let's have a drink. Cool, kick it. Yeah. They got respect for me. And usually, SAE, usually, in my school, they were like the burners. They would. I mean, if you ever wanted to go and if you ever wanted to go kick it and breathe some maybe not as fresh air, that was the place to go do it. It was a smoking environment. So to see surprises me. Yeah. Or it surprised me at the time. But it is what it is. Like I said, it depends on where you are, what happens, what goes on,
what chapter, and all that.
And then it's the other side of the coin is those who allow it to happen. Mm-hmm. Because it's not just like the one black or the two black people that's in the organization. It's those who just stand by and let it go on, no matter what color they are. Yeah. Like as soon as you see this stuff starting, it's everybody's responsibility. Like, hold up, pimp. Let's not do that. Yeah. It shouldn't take the one or two members that are of color to stand up to stupidity. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. Anywho, would you, if you know what you know now and you went back, would you still join?
I want to say yes. I would definitely, knowing what I know now, if I went back, I think I would try to do a bit more on my end.
To do what?
Just to be more involved, just to not necessarily to prioritize them, but to put in a little more time than I could, or try to change, little things here and there, just so I'd have more of a presence, I guess.
Gotcha.
Because like I said, I was always working and stuff like that, so, or I was always, with friends, and then I come to the house. There just weren't enough hours in the day to spend it with everyone. So I wish, knowing what I know now, I wish I could go back and, try to insert myself just a little more.
Would you say that you found some really good brotherhood and connections for your development in your fraternity?
Do that one more time. Sorry.
Okay.
I want to make sure I understand.
Do you feel like you made valuable friendships, bonds, and connections in your fraternity?
Okay. I would say yes.
Okay.
And we may not talk every day, I mean, with everything going on, and then, we actually value mental illness and things like that a bit more now. We're a bit more understanding and empathetic of everyone. Mm-hmm. So it's like, sometimes, we just need to take a step back from people, however long that takes. We're not going to rush. We're not going to hurt you or anything. We're not going to bash you for taking time away. Just whenever you're ready to talk again, you come back. So, we can spend, me and some of my brothers, we can spend months not talking to each other. And then all of a sudden, it's all love. So, I mean, I think I value that the most, because it's like, no matter how long I take away from talking to everyone, or how long they take from talking to us, we're just like, you're my brother. Like, I'm here for you. It don't matter. I love you, bro. Like,
Gotcha.
yeah.
What? Well, are you in the alumni organization group now for your frat?
hmm
And like, how often do you go back and do things with your frat?
I haven't gone back and done anything since homecoming 2 years ago. I haven't been back to the house yet. And that's just because, as an alumni, like, especially trying to get out of the closed space that you're in, once you're too old for campus, it's like, I don't want to be around the youngins. I want to go build my career and, try to go live my life. And then, of course, with COVID happening, homecoming's definitely probably not happening this year. So that's year number 3. But
so when you do go back, none of the people there will probably know who you are. Face.
Oh no! I mean, 2 years ago, people didn't know who I was. Like they've heard of me, but they're just like, "Oh, you're this story," and it's like, yes, that one.
A few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was NBC, could have been ABC, but there was a TV show that came out called Greek.
Oh God!
Did you ever see it?
I've heard of it. I never watched it.
Oh man!
Yeah, no, I never watched it.
Why didn't you watch it?
There are probably a ton of reasons I never watched it.
What'd you get?
One, I mean, not anything against the show, but just like one, I haven't had cable since like 2011.
Yeah, but you got internet.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to actually be interested in something. Like, and I'm not one for like trailers and things like that. Like, I never really seek anything out.
I like how you say that as I'm typing it in.
Yeah,
I don't like trailers. Like,
no, it's not that I don't like trailers. It's just I'm not one to seek things out.
Uh-huh.
Like, my roommate, she's been my best friend since like 2009, and she is a trailer whore. Like, she would rather watch the trailer for a movie than the movie. Like, she just finds trailers amazing. And I'm just like, that was 30 seconds. It told me nothing. Okay. And she's like, did you see this? Oh my God. And I'm just like, that was so unimportant, but okay.
Terrible.
Like, she gets so hyped. And I'm like, all right. I mean, if it's something that I already had prior interest in, that'd be different. And for the most part, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I didn't. You didn't cut me off. I didn't even say that.
But for the most part, like, when, at least from what I was hearing, when this was coming out, everyone I knew that was in a fraternity hated it.
What?
Like, everyone I knew was like, this does not accurately show like what it is or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I just don't care one way or the other.
Well, that might have been your school in particular. Well, no, because so again, everybody finds a reason to hate shows about their whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you made a show about YouTubers are going to hate it. Like,
yeah, it's not that hard or it's not that easy.
Yeah. Like, I never went through that particular one thing, so this whole thing is garbage,
wrong.
or they're exaggerating this. Like, yeah, I can get some kind of exaggeration in there, but still overall, or that might have been because of that person who wrote it's one particular experience. And again, just like what I went through having to deal with Rush, you didn't go through any of that.
Any of it.
How many bits did you get?
I got 2
from
Teak.
Anybody else?
I didn't go to anybody else.
You only went to that one.
I went to the one place and found the people that I was like, this is it.
Okay. Well, do you know how many the max bid can be?
I think it was 8, 9.
Oh.
I know it wasn't a double-digit number.
Okay.
And I mean, you can actually. It depends on how many people were actually in the campus. Cause I don't remember all the houses. But I think as long as I think you can get one from each.
Yeah, no, I just want like how many is the max a particular frat can do.
No.
All right, so we're going to play the trailer of ABC's. I bet you this is going to give me a copyright strike. I swear I know it is.
Featuring the plain white tees.
I don't understand what that's supposed to be. Is that a group?
That is a group.
Okay. I was iffy. I was like, I don't know what this is. Somebody might have just done some fuckery to this video, but I don't mind if it's over me. Cappy, I enjoyed this show. See, like how they had to do it. That's literally what I went through. So to me, this is quite literal.
Yeah.
At least for the parts that I dealt with. And what I did witness, everything that they're doing.
Being president of Zeta Beta is the most prestigious honor offered at this college.
Except for that part. Well, there's a situation that happens in there that
Yeah.
I can't vouch for that being legit. But I...
Wow.
You see this
That flag, yeah.
Yeah, it comes up in the show. Because his best friend is a black guy. He comes in the room like, Cappy's the man.
Should we pause?
Why?
In case you get that.
Oh shit, I forgot about it. I was so into the trailer. I'm telling you, I've watched the show like 3 times over.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Plus one of the girls in it.
Uh oh.
Actually, shit, 2, 3. 3 of the girls. The sister's best friend is a baddie.
Girls.
Yeah. The sister's best friend is a baddie. Her little sister is a baddie. It's it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and this fucking stupid music. God damn it.
Yeah, that's.
I did pick the one that has music, wouldn't I?
Oh.
Oh, that's the little sister. Oh damn it! I don't want to ruin it. If you
That's
do
okay.
decide
That's
to
okay.
watch it. So that's Rusty's sister. Is her blood sister.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
Like she's the big girl on campus, and she never told nobody she has a little geeky brother.
Yeah.
So her ex-boyfriend, Cappy, who's the president of one frat, her boyfriend, the fuck is his name?
We'll just call him boyfriend for now.
Yeah, the other guy. He's the president of the other frat.
Okay.
So it's like preps, stoners.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they used to be best friends. Anywho, that's not important at this point. So she used to date the stoner guy.
Okay.
She's now dating the preppy guy.
Okay.
So when the brother comes to school, he's like, "Y'all want to pledge a frat?" She's like, "No, that's funny." And he's like, "No, I'm serious." She's like, "No, that's real funny." And so he goes through the pledge process, and you're like, Cartwright, because the last name is Cartwright.
Yeah.
And they're like, "I know that name, but we have a Karen Cartwright." Yeah, that's my sister. He's like, "Oh, wait, what?" And she has a brother? Like, yeah, so, and the funny, really fucked up part is, as you saw in the trailer, he comes back in, and her current boyfriend is about to smash her little sister.
Yeah. Wow.
Like the new pledge sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the dork.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely.
I'll give you, since you may or may not watch, and it's not really going to run anything to tell it.
Yeah.
The current boyfriend comes to the brother the next day. Hey, we had a good time last night. As long as you're cool and don't say shit to your sister, you're guaranteed a bid.
Wow.
So now the brother's
wow.
like, do I betray my sister to get into the guaranteed frat? What do I do?
Wow.
The show is good.
Yeah.
The show is very, very good.
That's some plot.
There is one season that's really shaky, but the show is fucking good.
How many seasons did it get, if you remember?
I think 4 or 5 seasons.
Wow. Really?
The show is fucking good.
Yeah, but like... And what year was this?
Huh?
What year was this?
I'm not sure. This is the ending of the first episode, so almost everything they're showing you is just the first episode.
Yeah.
Cappy!
The world premiere of the new ABC Family original series, Greek. Monday, July 9th, only on ABC Family.
beautiful. That was beautiful.
So
But
predominantly,
2007. See, that's why I was asking, because it's not that I think it's a bad show, because this looks hilarious.
Oh,
I'm surprised it lasted that long, just because typically all the good shows, because no one's watching, they get canceled after like season 2. So I'm not because they weren't good, but because the numbers weren't there, like the viewership wasn't there.
People watch that show.
Clearly,
like season 4 up there at the top still got 424,000 views.
Yeah,
and it's just a not even a 2-minute clip.
Yeah, so I mean, clearly people were watching.
It's a very, very, very good show. I don't know why. Okay, so bear in mind, there is a time difference between when shit happens for people.
Yeah,
I am a bit older, so my generation, because I'm still a millennial. I don't know how the fuck I'm a millennial, but I'm a millennial. But my generation, we grew up with like Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
You know, you root for the nerds. The nerds were the good guys. So I showed the show to one of my old roommates, and he lost his shit. He was like, "Oh my god, they're bad guys. They should go to jail." I'm sitting there like, what? You're rooting for the wrong people. Hey.
Oh my god.
What is happening here? Like his whole morals is completely flipped from nobody I would have known ever prior to showing this movie would have been like, oh, the dirt should have went to jail. So they did like there was a panty raid and stuff like that. But they were getting like their revenge, and everybody was like, it's revenge, fuck it, you know?
Yeah.
So, and don't get me wrong, I understand his standpoint looking at it legally. But what the fuck, man? Like, no, come on. So, have you seen Revenge of the Nerds?
I haven't seen it, but I know what it is. I know what it is.
Oh my god. Your generation.
Hey, I'm also a millennial. It's okay. You're one of
You're
us.
a real millennial.
You're one of us.
I'm a technical millennial. There's a difference. There's a very big difference.
Also, like, I just didn't get a chance to watch a lot of things. Like, there's a long list of movies and shows that I have not seen. A long list.
I got you.
So, like, most things where people are like, do you know what this is? I'm like, I know what it is. I've never seen it. But I know exactly what it is.
Gotcha. So, okay. Okay, so for my generation...
Yeah.
Let me rephrase. I'm going to give you a different scenario. When I first went to college...
Yeah.
You ever seen a movie called School Days? So you seen School Days, G by G. That's what I want to be. All right. I was literally expecting that.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I was expecting that.
Yeah. Okay.
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 So you get to school and it ain't that kind of party.
No.
Right. Hazing, pledging is illegal. Or hazing is illegal.
Yeah.
The member intake, pledge process.
Yeah.
Is a completely different thing nowadays. So,
you okay? You need a moment? You full on stopped and like remembered something, and I was like,
I didn't know. There's nothing to forget.
No.
You have to forget something to remember it. There's nothing forgotten. So,
oh man.
Yeah. So, hazing is illegal. But there is a process to join any organization.
Of course.
Even if you just got to fill out some paperwork and hand over your money for the application and processing or whatever else. There's a process.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, when this came out, like literally, that at least the first bit of this movie or TV show, I can vouch personally, all this shit goes down.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've witnessed. I've seen. The only difference is once they were in the process, some of the direct communication and talks and stuff that was happening, I can't vouch for that specific.
Yeah.
Like somebody saying, hey, I'm going to give you a bid to keep your mouth shut. I can't vouch for that. I can definitely imagine it happening.
Right.
I can't vouch for a girl telling you to go do X, Y, and Z just so you can get some kind of status. But I can definitely consider that to be something realistic.
Yeah.
So, especially in a IFC sorority. Look at, I mean, HPC and I mean HPC. God damn it, PHC sorority. I need to put that on a sticky note. Like, shit.
This one.
Yeah. Like, oh my god. So the if you sit down and watch the show, you can be like, you know what, Spy View was right. This show is a beast. Like,
I'll give
good.
it a shot. Why not?
And matter of fact, I'll wait. I'll tell you that off camera.
Okay.
So, the show was good. I can vouch for part of it, and I can imagine the rest being legitimate because of other dumb stuff. But anywho, but 4 years later, just like how people now would look at Revenge of the Nerds and be like, "Oh, they should go to jail." Like, I could see somebody like a few in between my year and your year being like, "Oh, that's not real. That's not what happened." Just like somebody could go back and watch Revenge of the Nerds and be like, "No, hell no,
no,
yeah,
what?
Like they smoking
Nerds
weed in front of the council, like the president had giving him a joint, and he like, oh, this some good shit, you know, like that happens in Revenge of the Nerds, but they like, oh, that wouldn't happen now, but back in the 80s or so, that's 70s, 80s, that quite probably would have went down. Like, shit, you want some blow too? Like, you know? So, I guess it just in my opinion, it depends on what year and where.
Yeah, perspective.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I can't necessarily vouch for everything that happened in the trailer, but I definitely have brothers that can. Like, just because I wasn't there didn't mean I didn't hear.
Right. Right. And so, I mean, now that you've seen like a taste of what it's about, you like, I don't see why they're saying it ain't real. Huh? Yeah. People may not want to admit that shit is real, but that don't mean it ain't real. And that's all I'm going to say on that.
Mind his business. Just sipping your tea.
I don't know what to talk about. So, but yeah, that's what it is. I personally, I do have a lot of respect for frats, particularly NPHC and a few IFC, and a few special interest organizations which aren't under those kind of councils. Yeah. So like your Phi Mu Alpha, which is music. Yeah. Your Kappa Kappa Psi, which is band. Yeah. Your Alpha Phi Omega, which is going to be community service. Yeah. Your Alpha Psi Omega, theater. You know, I can go on. I know them. Yeah, you got your business frats and stuff like that. So, even Sciets for pharmacy. Oh, wow. Yeah,
that one I didn't know.
Yeah, they're at FAMU. Oh, you got Parachute Rifles, Parachute Angels, which is military ROTC type style for college. Okay.
See, the other ones I knew. I personally know people that are in each of those until you said that one. I was like, oh, that's a thing.
Which one, Sciets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay.
1 second. I forgot what their full name is, but that's like their nickname. Wow.
PS5.
That's not what I typed in.
No results found.
Hold on, let me put it in.
I love that Pharmacy Greek actually showed up while you were typing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow.
One second. Because they're not only are they there, but they're on the wall too. Like there's a Greek wall when you're coming into FAM.
Wow.
I know that's their color, so hold on. I'm at the College of Pharmacy. Immediately jumps up to talk to you. Like, hold on.
You're interested? No.
1 second. Let me find it.
Yeah.
I bet I remember their name so easily. Oh, yeah. I was right. Say it. Make sure that this is the right version. Yeah, see? Pharmacy. Medical.
Wow.
They ain't playing. That's the wall right there. The one I was just telling you about.
Yeah.
Kappa Psi Psi. Psiets.
Oh, the Women's Day 2020. That was awesome.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
even if you don't want to join a social organization,
Mm-hmm.
you can definitely look at joining a special interest organization based on your major, based on, a field of interest.
Yeah.
Like if you just love doing community service, you can join Alpha Phi Omega.
Mm-hmm.
If, for example, you happen to be pharmacy at FAM, particularly, which is where I know they are for sure, these ladies definitely do their thing in pharmacy.
Yeah.
Which, right next to the Alphas and their Iotas, right here on the wall, and their tree back there. You see it.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. They ain't playing.
That's awesome.
Anywho, continuing on. And the business frats, there's like 4 that I know of. We're not gonna go into there because that's a whole nother shebang of shebang. But Greeks have their standpoint for those that it's for. I greatly respect you for going through your process and enjoying your brotherhood.
Yeah.
In some cases, you can still join other organizations after you join your social, your national level social.
Mm-hmm.
But once you join a social on a national level, depending on if it's under a council, you cannot join another.
Mm-hmm.
However, there are like IOTAs,
Yeah.
Iota Phi Theta. Before they joined the NPHC,
Mm-hmm.
since they weren't on the NPHC at one point, there were people who joined Iota Phi Theta and then turn around and joined Alphas, Kappas, Qs, Sigmas.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so and then a few years later, Iota joined the council.
Mm-hmm.
But now you have members of these organizations who are also Iotas.
Yeah.
So there are, in fact, Iotas who are in 2 frats.
Oh wow. All right.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
And some people be like, wait, what? Like, yeah, if you keep up with how that played out, yeah. There are people who
Are both.
Iota Alphas, Iota Qs, Iota
Yeah.
Sigmas, Iota Kappas.
Yeah. Hey.
These things happen. Why am I still in this? Got the wrong view up.
There we go.
So yeah, any final words to say to the people?
Make sure.
Or advice for any advice first for how to decide if it's for them.
Make sure your heart's in it. Definitely make sure your heart's in it. I know, and it's not for everybody. I know not everyone treats it as a business. You know, as he said, he prefers a more business type ish
Minded.
More business minded fraternity. But only do it if you want to do it. If your heart's not in it, it's going to show.
Well, let me make sure I specify what I mean by that. When I say business minded, it's because there are X, Y, and Z things that need to be done.
Yeah.
So you don't. Well, let me rephrase. I would never join an organization just to party and kick it.
Yeah.
I only join an organization to put in some work and meet certain goals within the organization.
Mm-hmm.
And as a byproduct, in between these things, we're going to party. We're
Yeah, gonna have a good time. Yeah.
So, because a fraternity, of course, is a group of like-minded individuals. So,
For the most part.
hopefully, they may not be your like-minded, but somebody in there has a similar mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, why they left that door open just to annoy me, I don't know. I mean, you hear it.
Yeah, I did. Do.
Yeah. So with that being said, once you are in, like you say, the school had some mandated things.
Yeah.
Well, each organization has their own, especially with the MPHC, they have their own mandated things by nationals.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they have things by their local. Plus, you have whatever your particular interest is.
Exactly.
And if you do things that are not collegiate based, like masonry,
Mm-hmm.
we have our own things as well. You know, so there is a lot of work to be done. The motto for my particular lodge was that we hit the ground running.
Yeah.
As soon as you get in, let's go. We're going to work. We're going to get stuff done. So when you know we need to knock X, Y, and Z out, you're going to be in charge of this. You're going to do this. You're going to do this. You're going to do this.
Oh yeah.
And then let's get it done, and it all comes together successfully. Cool. Now let's go party. Let's go kick it. That's business. You know,
Yeah.
when you see all your information is here on the paper for so everybody knows what's going on. That's business. That's organized. That's I love that.
Yeah.
If there's
you see,
I
thought you meant like, you know, just, you know, everything needs to. I didn't know you meant as far as structure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Structure. Yeah. Everything's easier.
A disorganized frat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, everything's easier if it's structured. I'm not against that at all. Like, it's much easier if we already know what we're gonna do, and then all it takes is us to go do it, and then we go do it. Yeah. Like,
or you come up with something. All right, vote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, come back with who needs to do what.
Yeah.
Let's go.
In that case, everyone should be like that.
You know?
Yeah. I didn't know that's where you were going with
it.
it.
The key word in that was should.
Yeah. Because there are the ones that aren't.
And it shows. So, but yeah, so now we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I love a business-minded friend because the alternative
doing everything last minute and all that stuff is not that,
Hey, who was supposed to bring wait, it's today? Oh, I'm out of town.
Mm-hmm.
This is for you. This is your
Yeah.
Oh, I'm supposed to get a speaker? Oh, we were supposed to get tickets?
Oh, we were supposed
to reserve the location? Oh. How could nobody reminded me? Oh my god. Yeah. So yeah. And in my opinion, fraternities help mold you and give you trials to get you to be this bigger person outside of college.
Oh, definitely.
People are, well, you're just paying for friends. You have no understanding of how this shit works.
Nope.
Like, you go sit in the corner.
Like you said earlier, everyone likes to hate something. So, yeah, you're just paying for friends. No, that's not what it is. That is not what it is at all. Because trust me, as we said, there's someone in that group that is not as like-minded as you that just wants to push your buttons.
Yeah, that happens. Like I said, I got a couple that
Yeah, on that aspect, yes. But still, I still stand by, though, don't do it if your heart's not in it still. Yeah. I mean, the structure part, that comes with the fraternity itself. That's how well you guys mesh together. That's one thing. But, like, if you're spending your time here and you don't enjoy that you're spending your time here, then why are you here? You know, like...
I've seen that plenty of times.
Yeah.
I've seen people that joined the organization because their friends did it, or the friends talked them into it because the friend wanted to do it. Mm-hmm. And then once they finally make it, they're sitting there like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Exactly.
And then, you know, like when the school tells you got mandatory day where a certain number of your members got to be there, they get like, oh my God, I got to sit here with these folks. And they don't want to be there. Like, it's hilarious. You just like, oh.
Exactly.
So you're that guy.
And that's why that's my advice. You need to want it. You need to not necessarily enjoy being there. There's going to be some hard times. You know, you can't be happy all the time. People are going to clash. Personalities are going to clash. It's going to happen. I'm not telling you that you can't frown. You can't frown. But you need to have the mindset that this is something that's going to better myself, and it's something that I want for myself because it'll take me somewhere in the future. it'll do something for me because I want that for myself.
I'm with you. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and knock this out because technically this is part 2 because we lost part 1 because the dog knocked the internet cord out.
Hopefully this didn't record over that.
I have no idea
Because we don't know what happened to that video.
Yeah,
so.
I have no idea what's going to happen. This is a first. So, all right. Until next time, we're done here.